Okay, today we are talking about my favorite Korean lip gloss formula. It's also one of these clicky pen type of formulation. I apply too much, so it's like a little bit stringy. Let me fix this first. Yeah, don't apply too much. So these are the most high shine and hydrating formulation I can find from K-Beauty, and it's been my favorite. I decided to do this video today because I'm running out of one shade. So I don't want to, do this video and don't have one of my favorite shade. That's why today I'm doing this video. And I literally cannot click anything out. It's all out. I think if any, I might have to dig this for a little bit. Maybe I have like 3 applications after this. I don't know. But it's almost all gone. So for this formulation, like I said, it's very high shine and it's very moisturizing. It's a little bit sticky because, for this type of formulation, it's almost inevitable to have a little bit stickiness. But for how thick and high shine it is, it's not all that sticky. And these last pretty long. I think for me, if I only lightly drink, these can last me for like 4 hours. And if I eat it, of course it's gonna be gone. Which I think is on the more long wear side for a lip gloss. I hate a lip gloss that only lasts you for like half an hour or an hour. These are really on the long wearing side of a lip gloss. And they have plenty of different shades and also different finishes. I think you can definitely find a finish and a color that is suitable for you. So since we are talking about the shade I am almost out of, let's start with this one. Because I don't know if you can tell, it is now showing this super vibrant color. In real life, it's kind of a unflattering Barbie pink. So why would I love this shade so much, right? Because I normally don't like this type of like super neon, like almost bubblegum pink. But because this shade looks so nice layering on other lip tints, it gives the lip just a little bit of this freshness without being neon. But for some reason, if it directly touches my lips, it just turns into this weird color. So yeah, for me, I don't use this one touching my own lip. I always layer this on some sort of a lip tint. I layer lip gloss on lip tint all the time, so it's not an extra step for me. And this is very plumping lip gloss without being like super painful. It's one of those cooling effect of a plumping lip gloss. So I really loved this one. It's my favorite because I think you can tell I'm done for this. I think I bought this the last September maybe, and I have been using it ever since, and therefore it's empty. Again, love this, but if you want to use this directly on your lips, like I said, you should consider to maybe layering something underneath or pick a different shade. Let me wipe this off because I really don't like the shade on its own. The tint is actually not super ugly, it's just like a little bit too vibrant. How I usually use it, just layer lip tint underneath. That I feel like a lot of lip tint is a little bit of a muted color. So if I want to make it more vibrant, I layer this type of like pinky shade to it. And another thing about this formulation is you can also tell in some of the foudations it's super soft, so don't put this in your car And also don't carry this outside if it's in a hot summer weather, it's gonna melt. It's basically, you can consider a lip mask, put a little bit of color in it and put in a clicky pen form. So it actually makes sense why they make it in this type of packaging, you know, because I think it's the only make sense packaging for it other than just a lip pot. But I feel like if you just make it in the pot, it's not as easy to use, you know, as you go. So the next one is another of my favorite shade. Is the shade, oh, I didn't talk about the shade, right? The first shade was the shade 11, Tint Plumping. That is one of the only ones that has plumping effect. And this one does not have the plumping effect. It's the shade 01 Apricot. So if you don't really like a plumping lip gloss, you can choose this shade. I think it's just the special packaging one has plumping effect, and this type of, you know, like very normal packaging, it does not really have the plumping effect. And this one is such a pretty corally nudie color that it just looked so fresh against my skin tone, and it's still super high shine. I really like to use this in the daily basis. So again, one of my favorite. I don't want to spend too long on each of the shade. I think you already know about the formulation, so we just have to show you the color. The next one is the shade 14, Maple Glitter. This one is more on the brown side, so a little bit darker than the first shade, but still I think in the same family. And again, it's very high shine, and again, it doesn't really have the plumping effect. You really like this type of color, I think this could be your thing. And the next one is the shade 13, Aurora Glitter. Like the shade, there is glitter in it. I think this might be one of my least favorites, probably because of the shade. But again, I think for this formulation, a lot of time I'm layering on top of other lip tints, so I think I can use like, oh, maybe an overly pigmented, overly warm lip tint underneath and use this to neutralize it. But at the same time, I feel like even though this is a glitter formulation, usually you would think it's gonna be more reflecting than a normal lip gloss, right? But actually, I feel like the normal without glitter formulation is more shiny than this one, so I actually don't really recommend this one that much unless, you know, this is your type of thing. The shade Midnight Sparkle. This one again has glitter in it, but I think it has less glitter than the last one I just showed you, and it's a different formulation. I feel like this is not as shiny and not as soft as the other shade, and despite the packaging being black, it's actually not a black shade at all. Like all the lips, I feel like it just darkens your lip natural color a little bit, and not even darkening the way that make it a little bit more black. It almost like make it a little bit reddish, but without adding the red in it. It's really hard to explain. I don't hate it, but I think because this one is not as shiny as the other ones, I probably wouldn't like this one as much because I like normally how vibrant their lip products are. Okay, the last one, which I really right now want to remove this one and put this one on because I have the tint underneath and I layered a tint and I layered this one on top. Now it's a little bit too popping of a color, so I want to tone this down, which this one will do much a better job than the black one, because the black one you would think it's gonna give you a lot of color, but it's actually not even giving you as much as this one is gonna give you. You're gonna see the comparison in a minute, but right now I don't know if you can tell, it's just toning down the shade for just a little bit immediately. So I really like this one when I want to tone something down. and it is really just straightforwardly like a gray lip gloss, and it's also plumping. And this is basically the same thing as this, just different color and without the color changing the tint to it. It's just a clear gray lip gloss with super high shine finish. You can use it on its own if you want to tone down your natural lip color, but again, I layer this on top of a normal lip tint. And it's a very brief video because it's only one product, but this is really my favorite lip gloss formulation from K-Beauty. Therefore, I had this many, you know, and I almost want to buy more, even though I'm not gonna actually, you know. But I might repurchase this one because I really enjoyed to layer this color on top of other lip tints. So I think my favorite would be this one, even though I don't really like it on itself. So if I'm gonna apply a color on itself, I'm gonna pick the shade 01 Apricot. It's such a fresh color. I really love it. And after that, I would love this gray shade because it's still super high shine and it's gonna give you a little bit more of a toned down look. I use this one a lot as well. I think this one is okay too. I just don't like the shade as much as the shade 01, and I don't really like the glitter shades that much, so I actually don't really recommend the glitter shades if you're gonna pick anything from this line. So if you want high shine and you want the plumping effect, choose these ones. And if you don't want the plumping effect, just choose these ones. And that is pretty much all I want to say. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.